Okay, we made it.
Good.
I feel like we're less late tonight than we often are. But I needed coffee because I'm starting to drag. So I have coffee.
And she has to wait for it.
It's very good. Thank you, baby. Okay, so tonight we are going to talk about Anna's braces. I know we've done this quite a few times already in the past. But I feel like it's one of those things that you can't really talk about enough. And, everybody doesn't catch every single video and live that we've ever done. So it's always good information for people. I know that some of you are probably getting ads right now. Please, I know Sharon mentioned in the chat that it's very helpful if you please allow those ads to play out for the duration or at least 30 seconds before you click the skip button to come back to us. It's super helpful. And if you're new to our channel here on YouTube, if you're just coming over from Facebook, make sure to click that subscribe button. It does not mean you're signing up for a paid subscription. It simply means you're following our YouTube channel. And so it will allow you to get notifications when we go live again and just keep up with what we're doing over here. So make sure to click like and subscribe and all those good things. All right, Anna, you ready to get going?
Yes. What should we start out with? We should probably start out with the easy guys.
So let's start out with talking about why individuals with arthrogryposis would use orthotics, orthoses, right? Because as we talked about in our earlier awareness lives, individuals with arthrogryposis are born with what?
They're with fixed joints and weak muscles.
Yes, fixed joints and weak muscles. That's right. So one of the big things that AMCers have to go through when in their first 3, 4, 5, sometimes longer years of life is what?
Stretching and surgeries and stuff.
And what are those? All of those surgeries and all of that stretching and all of that therapy. What does that help do? What does that do?
So all of that, it kind of can loosen up the muscles and stuff. So it's like, I have to do stretching every night. I think some of you here already know that. But stretching is where you using your own hands or something like what we're going to talk about, orthotics or orthoses. They hold the leg or part of the body that you're trying to help in one position for as long as you want, and then you just take the brace off or loosen it or whatever you do, and then it just stretches it, and it makes the knee or whatever muscles that you're trying to stretch loosened more, so it has more range of motion.
But going back to what the surgery does and what the therapy and the stretching does prior to the braces, is the point of it is to what? The surgery and the therapy.
To try to help it to fit into the braces.
Well, yes. Technically, that's correct. It's to put the body parts in a position so that they fit in the braces. That's accurate. So it's to make corrections, right? Because when she was born, her knees were stuck bent, her feet, her ankles and feet were clubbed. So going through those surgeries and those therapies and those castings and all of that stuff straightens everything out, puts it in the position that is optimal for mobility. Yep. Right. And for walking. But the problem with AMCers, and this is why I've mentioned it before, this is why arthrogryposis clubfoot is not the same thing as your typical clubfoot. The problem with AMCers is that they have a regressive condition, which means that it doesn't get worse than it was when they were born.
It's not degenerative.
But it constantly tries to go back to the way it was when they were born, which means that things re-tighten and re-stiffen and re-move around. So you have to have something to hold those corrections in place for as long as possible in order for them to maintain the mobility as long as possible, right? So Anna went through major leg surgery to straighten her legs out, lots of surgeries and therapies and castings to straighten her feet out and get everything in a position so that she could walk. But if we were to stop using braces one day and just let things go, eventually over time, it would be considerably more difficult for her to walk, or she may end up wheelchair bound and unable to walk because things would contort and tighten and twist back up in such a way that would cause all kinds of pain and other problems. So we have to use braces regularly, pretty much 24/7 outside of swim time and shower bathtub time, some free feet time that she gets here and there.
Like I am right now.
Pretty much exclusively have to use the braces in order to keep things in the position that they need to be in order to maintain those corrections. Now, the longer leg braces, the knee, ankle, foot orthotics, or CAFOs, that's what these are. Some AMCers wear these to help them walk because they don't have the quad muscle to straighten their legs out on their own or hold them upright for walking. So they use these to assist them in walking. Anna does not need these to walk. She is able to walk with or without her braces.
I can run without my braces.
She has just enough quad muscle to amazingly help her stay mobile. Dr. Feldman's always just like, wow, it blows my mind. He says it blows my mind how they can walk and run and do all these things with such little quad muscle. But they're amazing like that. Thank you, Terry, for the super sticker. So Anna has 2 sets of braces, right?
Yep.
And the first set is called
AFOs, or ankle foot orthoses.
Yep, AFOs. These are the AFOs. They're the short, we call them short leg braces or AFOs. These are the ones that just kind of hold everything in place throughout the day so that it can't regress as much. They do offer her more stability, but she doesn't need them for stability. And so you can see they have a plastic insert. They never used to. When she was little, we just had the plastic brace and her foot and everything would just go in like this. More recently, her orthotist has started putting these plastic inserts in. I didn't like them at first, but you know how we are about change. But now I like them. And so they just hold on with Velcro. Isn't that amazing? Like, that's all that holds everything together is Velcro. You've got this plastic strapping that is kind of, or actually it's not plastic. It's like what is it, baby? Like a nylon or something? It's almost like a seatbelt type fabric, but not quite that strong. And it goes through, you can see here, these buckles. And so you just feed the strapping through the buckle. And then it's got a crazy, super strong Velcro. And that holds it down. And that holds her leg in there. And she can't walk without shoes in them because, as you can see on the bottom, she does have a lift to keep everything straight and in the right spot, but there's no grippy stuff. So this can be dangerous to walk on without, a shoe bottom. So with these, she wears special shoes called
Billy shoes.
Billy shoes. There's a company called Billy Shoes, and they make shoes that zip open. And they're not just for kids with braces. Kids without braces can wear them as well. But we buy these exclusively because they work so well with her braces. Thank you, Denise and Gail. And she has some inserts in her shoe as well to keep things boosted up a little bit. And as you can see, the AFO goes right into the shoe.
And then you just put that over and zip it right up and go on with your day.
There you go. That's it. That's the stuff. So yeah, that's how she is day to day. And then at night, she wears
KAFOs or KFOs, like we like to call them, knee, ankle, foot orthoses.
Yep. I call them CAFOs. I've heard some people call them CAFOs. Some people just call them KAFOs. It's knee, ankle, foot orthosis. So KAFO. And these are the long leg braces. These ones go all the way up to her hip, basically. Pete says that's her Terminator leg. This is the same bottom as the AFO, but then it has the metal hardware and the top part to hold her thigh.
So really, imagine this CAFO here as just the AFO like we just showed you, but with metal bars that can bend and then another part at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's really all it is.
Yep. And like I said, some AMCers, thank you guys so much for the super stickers. Some AMCers need these to walk. They need these to keep their legs, straight enough that they can be upright and mobile. And so they walk in these. But Anna doesn't need them to walk. She needs them to stretch, right? Do you want to tell them a little bit about that before I show them?
Yeah.
Or you can tell them and I can show them at the same time?
Yeah, let's do that. So, these guys, all we do you want to show them this first?
No, we'll do that after.
Okay. So these guys, all they really do is you just put some cool stuff, which is called stockinette, which we're going to do in a second. So because it's the stockinette is like a fabric to prevent all the metal hardware and plastic on the inside from being cold on your legs and sticking to your legs. So after we put the stockinette on, we just stick my leg into there and strap everything on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like I said, same kind of like vinyl kind of, you can hear that. Straps, kind of like seatbelt straps.
No, these ones, like ours, the exact same fabric as seatbelt.
Go through, yeah, these are stronger than the day ones because these have a big job to do. Go through the buckle, strap it down. It straps down over the top of the foot, straps down over the ankle, straps down over the top of the, what's the front leg bone called?
Shin?
The shin?
Not sure
I was
why
thinking like,
your leg
no,
hurts.
I was thinking like tibia and then what's the front one? But yeah. You're right, the shin, yes. And then there are two straps over the thigh. Why is there so many straps?
Well, because this guy has a big job to do. Now, I know if there's probably an AMC on right now who wears these in order to walk. But I only use these for stretching. So, do you see that little dial on the outside here?
That one?
Yeah.
There's a hair. That dial. Wait, there's still a hair. It looks like a spring.
That's right, because it is a spring.
Kind of,
mostly. And we have something called Tina Turner. We use her to turn. We stick that. So show them the bottom.
Hi, I'm Tina Turner. What's love got to do? Show them what? The bottom, yes.
It's like a hexagonal shape.
You see that? Can you see that? It doesn't want to focus. Face.
It's a hexagonal shape anyway. No matter what happens, just know it's a hexagonal shape. And so is the dial. So we just stick it on there so it lines up. And then we turn it. And as it turns, the spring kind of moves and makes it depending on which way you turn it,
you see that?
It or straightens it.
It's
go the other way.
Bending. Oh, it's bending. So we do this to your legs?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
But it's fine.
How much bending?
We usually try to go up to 100 degrees.
100 degrees. So this looks like about 90.
That's a little over 90, I could say.
Keep going. Keep going.
That seems like 100.
That looks like about 100.
And
So
really, we don't even really measure it.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. This is a big question. Like, I could just keep cranking all day. Like, look, I could just keep going and going and going until your ankles are up to your ears. You can't do that, can you?
No.
Your body will not accommodate that kind of stretch. So
This is what we do.
so how do we know when it's at 100 degrees?
Well, there's two ways actually. The first way is called resistance. We just go until the turner wants to kind of just stop and not turn the CAFO anymore while my leg is in it. What?
Oh, it's like a microphone. So we go until resistance.
Yes.
Until it gets kind of hard to turn, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then what's the other way?
The other way is the goniometer.
What?
So hold on, let me fix my headband first because it's being crazy to me.
The goni huda wada her?
Goniometer.
Pete says you turn it until Anna yells. Sometimes.
Yes, and I'm like,
It's like an alligator. This is the goniometer. And what does this do?
This is a tool that measures angles.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like, to me, what is that? An acute angle? That looks like an acute angle.
Yes. You're an acute angle.
Actually, I'm not an acute angle.
Okay.
I'm an obtuse angle.
So, you're obtuse? So how we measure it is we line up the
May I tell them?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
So
The center lines.
Yeah, I know everything.
I'm trying to focus.
It's fine. I don't need to just back it away.
There we go. Okay, tell them.
So do you see those three lines there? Those lines have moved down toward the circle there. Do you see it has to be on the side that has that little arrow? Okay. Now you're going to take those three lines and that center line in the very center, that center line has to be lined up exactly with the one on one side, the femur, and the other side, the most amazing one. Which foot is this?
I don't know.
That's the right foot.
Right foot.
So in this case, we usually go from the inside of the brace instead of the outside.
Yep.
So you would measure both lines with the femur and the tibia.
Yep. So you line up this line with the center of the femur, not where the brace is going, where the leg is going. And you line up this center line with the center of the tibia, and that would tell you what the angle of the leg is. And like Anna said, we try to get between 100 and 110 so that we can maintain.
What does that say?
It says 100. So if we do this every night, just about every night, which we do.
We do like 3 nights in a row, and then we just take 1 night off, and then we do another 3 nights, 1 night off. That's my schedule for stretching.
As long as we continue that, she is able to continue walking. It keeps a nice stretch. She does it for about an hour, or for an hour, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. And it keeps a nice stretch on her tendons and her muscles and keeps everything moving so that she can continue walking, so that she can maintain that range of motion in her knees.
But mommy.
And then, hold on, then after an hour of stretching,
we loosen it up.
We make it straight again. And she sleeps in those braces the rest of the night with her legs straight.
Then in the morning, we take them off when I do my thing, and then we put my AFOs back
on. Yeah. So a couple of things to note. We have these. These are pressure. I call them pressure packs. They go underneath the straps that go on the thighs. And their purpose is to help distribute the pressure. When these are in flexion, there's a lot of pressure put on the thigh. You can imagine if you're bending the leg down, there's a lot of pressure. So these help distribute that so it doesn't hurt her legs, right?
Yep.
And then, as Anna told you, there's stockinette. Now I purchase a big box. AMC Mamas, I get this off of Amazon, stockinette. And we just pull it out to the length of her leg and cut it with scissors. And this is what she wears underneath her braces every night.
To protect from the cold, the little weird feeling of a whole bunch of crazy metals and plastic.
It does do that, but the primary purpose is to keep it's like moisture wicking, and because if you have a buildup of like sweat and fluid and grime and stuff underneath your braces, it will cause skin breakdown. It can cause bacteria growth and infections and all kinds of yucky things. So you need to keep the legs and the feet dry and clean. And these can be washed and used over and over and over again until they grow out of them. We've never had a pair actually break down. And this is what it looks like. It's just like almost like a gauzy type fabric, and it just slides right up.
And it can kind of stretch. Just
see, kind of like a sock. And it is very stretchy, and it works really well. So we stick with that. And couple other tips and tricks real quick before we say goodnight. I have found personally, this is my trick for keeping the feet dry and keeping odor, because I'll tell you, braces will take on odor quick. They will get real stinky. But this is how we manage that. I use maxi pads. These are panty liners, the ones that you can get a pack of like 300 of them for $1 at the dollar store or Target or wherever you want to get them from. The really super thin ones. I use these in the bottoms of the braces. I used to put them right directly into the bottom of the braces, but now that she has these, we put them in the bottom of here. I've changed them out about once a week, and they help keep the dirt and the sweat and the stink and the grime out of there, out of the material, out of the plastic. It keeps it from embedding in there. And of course, you can change them more frequently if you need to. She used to sweat a little more when she was younger, so I would change them more often, but now she only needs to change them about once a week. And the other thing that I do is I use thieves wipes to wipe them out. So every time we change the pads out, or every time, a couple of times a week, we wipe these out. We keep everything wiped out with these thieves wipes. You can use any kind of antibacterial cleaner. I personally like thieves because they're very what do you call it? They've got essential oils in them, so it keeps the germies, yuckies away, and also smells really nice. I don't know if it says on there.
I'll find something.
So yeah, I think we can answer a couple of questions. We're at 23 minutes. We can answer maybe 2 or 3 questions before we go for the night, because I'm trying to keep, again, these lives short so that people will watch them back. So hopefully they're valuable to some people. We were trying to do this every single night. It's proving to be a bit of a chore. So that's why we've missed some nights here and there. Sometimes we just get busy and tired and we don't have the energy for it. But we're trying to give you guys as much information this month during Awareness Month as we possibly can. And hopefully in exchange for our time and information, and these wonderful live streams, hopefully you guys will click that share button and spread it around to more people, to bring some more people into our channel and to share the information further. And if you're so inclined, we are selling Arthrogryposis Awareness shirts this month, blue t-shirts that you can purchase on our website, amcprincessanna.com. In our store, Anna drew the design and wrote a letter on the back. They're super cute. We also re-released the 2022 shirts. So much appreciated if you can go snag a shirt and then wear blue for AMC on June 30th. Because we do that every year too, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Questions.
This is some essential oil loosening complex. I don't know. It doesn't really have anything on it.
It's
But
okay.
I thought of some things that were funny. I'll tell you about that.
Okay. All right. Jan says you're doing great sharing AMC information. Thank you. We have a lot of AMC information to share. And also feel free to let us know in the comments section what else you want to hear about and what other questions you have, because sometimes we're like, what are we going to talk about tonight? So it would be helpful to us if you let us know, like, what other things that we haven't talked about already should we talk about, and what would be helpful to people. Let's see. Amanda says, I might order an AMC Awareness shirt and see if it arrives on time. Yes, I think if you order by Monday, you should be okay. There are people that just ordered yesterday and today, and they said they were going to get them in plenty of time. So they usually take a couple of weeks. Stephanie says, does the pad offer any interference into how her foot is placed? Absolutely not. It is so thin, you don't even know it's there. It's just perfect for wicking away moisture and odor, and it doesn't do anything else to cause any problems. Thank you, Linda, for the super sticker.
Thank you.
Let's see. You're welcome, Denise. Michael says, will Anna need any more surgeries?
I don't think so, but I might in the future, but there's been nothing planned right now.
Yeah, for Anna in particular, we don't have any surgeries planned for her future. There's nothing out there right now that we feel would be advantageous enough for the trade-off of having to relearn how to do things after surgery. But things are, there's new things coming up all the time. Dr. Feldman is always looking for new ways to do things or new surgeries to help AMCers. So that doesn't mean that if something came up, we wouldn't do it. It's just that right now, with what is out there, there isn't anything that's going to help Anna be any more functional than she already is. Let's see. Julie says, can she play any kind of sports at all? So Anna does dance. She's taken dance lessons for many years, different kind, ballet, hip hop. She's done Zumba. So she really enjoys that. Sports, as far as like organized team sports, I mean, I'm sure she could if she wanted to, but that's never been something she's ever asked.
Mini golf.
Yeah. Yeah, she likes golfing, so maybe she'll try some golf in her future. I don't know.
Might be able to do soccer.
Yeah. Maggie says, can you show us how her dog works with her hair? Yes, we have many videos on our channel of Jameli doing her tasks, and we can definitely do another one this month about that. We'll definitely talk about Jameli and Jameli's work with her. Terry wants to know if you've increased your nighttime stretching.
So, not necessarily. I have been a few times. I might have gone like an hour and 5 minutes. But this was a really weird one. It was an hour and like 25 minutes. 15 to 25 minutes. And I only did that just because Daddy came in early, like 5 minutes early to loosen me. And I was like, oh, it was like 48 after. So I was like, I'll go to 50. No, I'll go to 55. No.
Kept pushing it off.
Yeah.
Sharon says Anna swims like a champ. That's true. We didn't think about that. Swimming is a sport. So Anna does swimming. And in fact, there was a time when she first started taking swim lessons when she was 3.5. She picked it up so fast that her instructor was saying she should look into Paralympic swimming on like a Paralympic swimming team. But we've just never, with how crazy things have been for the last few years, it wasn't something that we've ever looked into yet, but that's definitely a possibility as well. Noah, I'd like to see how you write cursive. We can definitely do that on a live one night, show writing and things that you can do with.
Maybe eating could be one.
Let's see. Leanne says, how about discussing types of therapies and other specialists like her orthotist? Yeah, that's a great idea. We can definitely talk one night about the different types of doctors and therapists and stuff that we regularly have to see. Absolutely. Thank you guys for the great questions. All right, we're going to go. It's been 30 minutes. So we will see you guys not tomorrow because tomorrow's Thursday. So we're going to do a throwback Thursday video, but we'll see you guys again on Friday and talk about more AMC stuff then. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.